Okay, we're connected. What's up, everyone? Little bit of a different setup today. I'm trying with my camera on my chest instead, you see, so I don't have to hold it the whole time. I don't know how that'll be for stabilization, but let's see. See what books they've got. I'm on Old Arbat Street, my least favourite part of Moscow. Just got a coffee from McDonald's. What have we got here? The Legends of Arbat. That's the book about Moscow Oblast. Actually, never seen anyone buy anything from one of these stands, but they've been here forever, so they must make some money. It's a very sunny day today, but cold again. Oh, so this here, by the way, on the right, this blue building, it's where Pushkin used to live. There's written up here, memorial apartment of Alexander Pushkin. There's this thing in Russia where if a famous author lived somewhere, basically every house they ever lived in gets turned into a museum, and it's sort of left as they would have had it. It's the same with lots of famous people, actually. And this here is a statue of Pushkin. Pushkin and his missus. So I've talked previously on a video about how much I dislike this street, this Arbat. It's mainly because of these like really tacky tourist shops. See this one here, Skazka, which means like fairy tale, and it's selling all your normal tourist rubbish. I find it hard to believe people really buy this stuff, especially because a lot of it's just imported from China anyway. If you go to a sort like a special like master, then you can get good quality stuff, but this is just tourist nonsense. Selling books here as well. So we got mainly history stuff. There's some stuff in foreign languages actually. You see some English book about stem cells. I wonder how that got here. Alright, let's keep walking. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for joining me on another one of my little walks as I continue to try and lose that January Christmas holiday weight, which I'm still using as an excuse, by the way. So these galleries in the centre that sell art always pop up during the summer when the snow stops. Some of these are not so bad actually. Now these are not so Russia themed. So I used to be a big fan of McDonald's coffee, but since it changed to Vkusnaya Tochka, the coffee is not as good. Everything else basically tastes the same. The Big Mac is the same, still pretty good, everything, but the coffee is like not as good. So these are these tourist shops that are just selling absolute rubbish, and there's actually a cardboard cutout of Putin inside there. We're in that phase in Moscow where everyone's wearing different clothes. You'll see on the video that so many people are dressed up like it's the middle of winter still, and other people are dressed up like we're in summer. It's always happens this time of the year. Whereas personally, I take off all the winter clothes I have basically as soon as I possibly can. I absolutely hate winter clothes. So something that's changed on this street in the last few years is just how many Turkish restaurants there are. It's massively changed. There didn't used to be that many, but now anytime a restaurant closes, it seems to be replaced by a Turkish restaurant. I don't know why. I mean, I guess it's a foreign cuisine that Russians like. They go to Turkey quite a lot, but you see it absolutely everywhere, Turkish restaurants. So one of the interesting things about Arbat is they always have, in the middle of the street, they always have these exhibitions. They change quite a lot. One second, let me just finish this coffee. Yeah, they're constantly changing. And in recent years, they've all been political. And now they've got a exhibition about Soviet war memorials in foreign countries and how they've been sort of vandalized in the last few years. So this is Riga. This is another statue in Latvia that was taken down. As in Prague. These are all put up by you can see in the top corner it says Russian Ministry of Defense and the Russian Army. So this is a memorial in Vienna, Austria, which was covered in paint. Similar one here in Sofia, Bulgaria. The war memorial was covered in pink paint. Yeah, in these stands in the middle, they're always changing. There's always a different topic. But yeah, in recent years, they have been very political, especially to do with Ukraine. Here we see another war memorial in Riga, which says Occupante. You don't need to, there's no language you need to know to understand that one. Everyone who speaks English will understand. It's the same here. This one's actually in Ukraine. You can see it's in Lviv. In Russian, Lvov. See at the bottom, all the descriptions are written along the written on the bottom. So you see here it says Lvov in Western Ukraine. So in a previous video, I commented on this restaurant, that this Indian restaurant here. It's just called Curry. Saying that I've never tried it, but I've heard of reviews recently that it's actually pretty good. Thing is, I really don't like the street, so I haven't really tried many of the bars and restaurants. Although a year ago, or maybe 2 years ago, I can't remember now, me and a friend of mine, another English guy, we did a pub crawl down here, stopping basically for a beer at every single place, and it was fun, but not somewhere I'd want to do all the time. So here we have another, I guess it's political angle to billboards. This is all in Crimea, Sevastopol. Yeah, these are all pictures from Sevastopol and the peninsula of Crimea. It was actually recently the 11-year anniversary of what Moscow calls the Crimean Spring. So here it's showing them building a theatre of opera and ballet in Crimea. So this is military stuff. Victory Day in Sevastopol here. And there he is, Vladimir Vladimirovich in Sevastopol. Okay, let's keep going. Something that might surprise people who don't live in Russia, don't have Russian friends, is a lot of people are still going on holiday to Crimea. I have lots of friends, well, okay, that's not true. I have some friends who have been within the last year when you think people wouldn't. So this here, if you know anything about Russian culture, you'll recognize it's Viktor Tsoi, the lead singer of Kino. So his memorial wall. Thank you everyone who's watching. I see there's currently 10 of you, double figures. That's a nice improvement. I'm happy to see you all. Thank you for choosing to spend your afternoon with me walking around Moscow. I think this should go for about an hour and a half maybe. Let's see how I feel. Need to get my 10,000 steps today, but I've been walking all day anyway, so I've been pretty active. So here you can see in the middle of old Arbat we have these Yandex delivery robots. You see all around Moscow at the moment. When they first became a thing, I'm gonna say 4 years ago, they were mainly in the area near where the Yandex office is. Yandex office is. It's called Bad Kultura. But now they're starting to spread throughout the city. You're starting to see more and more deliveries via those robots, which is an interesting development. Here on the left is another Turkish restaurant. They really are everywhere. At the moment, it seems like this street is souvenir shops, bars, Turkish restaurants, and antiques shops. So on the left, I'm walking towards it now, you'll see a restaurant. It's called Papsburg now. That used to be the burger brand. I think it's from Estonia or Finland. It's called Hesburger. It's their new Russian name. Let's check the connection. Looks pretty good. Thank you all for joining me. I really appreciate it. It's really nice to be able to live stream. It's a very good idea. I hope to do more YouTube and just be able to get it into my daily routine. Because you know, filming videos, editing, I do that too, but that does take time when this no editing needed, and it's really a part of my everyday anyway. So long may it continue. So here we see on the left as well is another Crimean themed display. Yeah, it even says Crimean Spring on here. So these are lots of pictures of infrastructure projects and statues built since 2014 by the Russian government. Of course, the bridge most famously. So this is the first stream I've done with the current setup, where I have the phone on my chest instead of holding it. The idea is that I can, like, you know, use my hands. Yeah, the idea of having this camera on my chest means I can use my hands, I can do things. And it's not so tiring, you know, to hold up a camera the whole time when you're walking around, just to have it on your chest. Does appear to be a bit shaky though. Maybe it's I need to work on making it less shaky. It does seem to be more shaky than when I was actually holding it in my hand. It's a pretty poor user experience if it's super shaky the whole time. Anyone watching, if you could comment on the shake, that would be very nice. I need to know how I can improve it. Is it too much? Is it hard to watch, basically? Because if so, then I'll work on making the camera tighter on my chest so it doesn't move around so much. Thanks for the comment. So this is the first time using this current setup, so I need to make sure in the future it's less shaky. All right, let's try something. Hello everyone. It's like having a baby. Alright, I've made everything tighter. Alright, I hope this is better. If not, I'll need to work on some other form of stabilizing this. It does seem to be shaking around a lot, like way too much. Oh, no.
Забанить или не забанить, я, честно говоря, не знаю. Надо все прочекать.
Well, look who it is. Let me know if the shake is better or worse or no difference. I was hoping on my chest it would allow me to do things, but it appears that my hands are actually steadier. Oh, there's someone filming something here too. It's a condom shop. More little bookstores. Shout out to everyone in here. I'm trying a brand new setup today with the camera on my chest, and it seems like it's a bit shakier than I imagined. Any feedback would be highly appreciated. Let's go and see what they're playing. I'm gonna cross this road and head towards Tverskaya. Thank you very much for that comment. I need to work out how to do better stabilization on this, since I'm not holding it. I'm not using a gimbal. I probably just need to set it up a little tighter, or maybe change the positioning on my chest a little bit so it moves less. So all the electric scooters are back out for the summer. I'm a bit of a hypocrite. I hate these things. They're very annoying when you're trying to walk and people are on them. But I have to admit, I have used them quite a lot myself too. I'm definitely a hypocrite about that kind of thing. Very beautiful day in Moscow. Sunny, perfect day to go for a nice refreshing walk. Thank you to the people who are always here. Thank you to the new people. I really appreciate anyone watching. So before, at the start of this video, I showed you a house where Pushkin lived, and now I'm at a house where Nikolai Gogol lived. You can see it says here, in this house from 1848 until 1852 lived and died Gogol. He died in this house. So of course it's a bit of a museum, as happens in Russia. Anytime a famous, very, very famous author lives somewhere, it becomes a museum. So this street is called Nikitsky Boulevard, and it heads from where we just were in Arbat up down here to Pushkin Square and to Tverskaya, the main street in Moscow. It's a very busy part of the city. Thank you very much for the person who just noticed the mistake in the title. Of course it's not an Arab street. Arbat, yeah. Thank you very much, Uvalia. I totally didn't notice it was autocorrect. Thank you so much. Yes, the name of the street is Arbat Street. Very funny. I'm sorry. I would have noticed if nobody said it. So thank you. So my plan for this stream is to walk towards Patriarch Ponds, walk through it, and then I will leave you when I get on the metro at Mayakovska. So as we walk down here, one thing you'll start to notice is more and more very expensive cars. There's a lot of money in this part of the city. Hi Alex in the chat, nice to see you again. Hope you're doing well. I hope your visit wasn't so painful. So I'll talk a bit more once we get out of this section with the super loud cars. But yeah, we're gonna head towards Patriot Ponds, which is, I don't know, it's probably the most exclusive area of Moscow. So you find a lot of very expensive cars, well-dressed people. Not going to spend too long there, just going to walk through while I walk to the metro. Hello to all 12 of you watching. Nice to see you all here. I'm brand new to this thing, so I appreciate every single one of you. What a beautifully sunny day in Moscow. These are the days that you remember why you live here, you know? Beautiful weather, even though it's cold, you know, it's just such a pleasant place to be. So this ahead is the Church of the Ascension. Very good looking church. I'm a big fan. I love that Byzantine style of church. Yeah, there's a comment that Ostozhenka is more expensive than Patriot Ponds. Yeah, it definitely is. Patriot Ponds is more, I guess, expensive and showing off about it. And also, I think it's a really good place to live if you're young and you like going out, socializing, partying. But I wouldn't do it if I was, if I had a family, for example. Actually, Patriot Ponds has a lot of the same problems as places like Soho in London, where people moved there when it was cool. Say 20, 15 years ago. They went to party, they were young, they had fun, they partied. And then now they're older and they have kids. They want everyone to stop partying. So there's constantly people complaining about nightlife in this area. But nightlife was the whole reason they moved there 15 years ago. Every country has Karens, and Moscow's no different. So if you look at the cars on the right, we just walked past a G-Wagon. Now there's a Porsche. It's a very wealthy part of the city. A little BMW here. Because it's, as you undoubtedly know, Moscow is a place of great wealth inequality. I mean, there's plenty of people in the middle too, no doubt. But there's lots of very rich people and very poor people. So we're going to head left down here. And see what's happening in flipping out, you hear that? Welcome to Moscow. So one of the interesting things about Moscow, I'm sure it's the same all over Europe, in March, is so much construction goes up. Because in the winter, obviously, it's a lot harder to do construction. And then if you have some projects you want to be done before summer, for example, you've got a restaurant and you want to have a nice seating area, you start now. So Moscow becomes a very loud city in March, April, as all these construction works start. And depending on the temperature, the government will also start doing its construction work, so roads and things like that. It's a very, very loud city in summer especially, but it all starts about now. This on my right is a theatre, by the way. I've actually never been to this theatre. Walked past it a million times though. So there's this word in Russian. It's pont, P-O-N-T, or panty, and it means showing off, basically. And this street we're on now is the world capital of panty. Oh, I don't know, maybe after Dubai or something. People come to this part of the city just to be seen here. If you want to go celebrity spotting, this is the place to come. Especially in the expensive restaurants. When I was a big partier say 3 or 4 years ago, I always used to come out here. Actually, especially during COVID. During COVID, when all my friends in the UK were locked up, I would always send them photos and videos of me partying on this street. But I'm not much of a partier anymore. Well, not like I once was anyway. Hello everyone in here. 21, wow. World. So I think I've figured out a way to make this more stable. The phones are more like sort of half on my chest, half on my belly, and if I move it up a bit, I don't know if I can do it midstream, but I think it'll be much more stable. Shout out to everyone in the chat, all the positivity, it's really nice to see. Once this stream has finished, I think it'll be in, I don't know, 15-20 minutes. I hope you all go and watch my latest video from last week. I'm really happy with the reaction that video got. This stream is a bit of an experiment really with a brand new setup, so next time should be better. So this street now, it's all like overpriced boutiques and expensive bars and restaurants. It's really at its best in the middle of summer when all the bars and restaurants have the tables and chairs outside on the street. If you can't tell, I'm very excited for summer. I'm going to play around in the settings here and see if I can change the stabilization to make it a little bit stronger. It's better that I know now than try it next time and it's even worse. So let's see. Stabilization. Alright, I've boosted the stabilization settings, so hopefully it should be a little bit better. So if you've ever been on Russian Instagram and you're going through the reels and you see like people asking people questions on the street, it's literally always this street. The sort of, you know, when they grab people and say, oh, what job do you have? How much money do you earn? And all that kind of thing. It's always this street, every time. I know, and that used to be a pretty big trend a couple of years ago. I think after it started happening in Los Angeles, and it sort of got copied here. Oh, in fact, I can see one now in front of me. Once I get past this. See, here we are. In the summer, this street, you cannot move for those TikTokers doing videos like that. It's incredibly annoying. Thank you very much, everyone, for all the kind words. I really appreciate it. Thank you for spending your afternoon with me. And you know, this is not really about getting lots of viewers or something. That's more of an aim for the actual YouTube videos. This is more, I'm gonna go walking around anyway. I always do it. Spend a couple hours every day getting my steps in, staying healthy. So why not stream it at the same time? And I get to show all you people who don't live here, who live in other parts of Russia, or most of my viewers come from the US and the UK, just different parts of Moscow, and it's in a sort of honest, unedited fashion. This bar on the right now, it's called Keanu. I used to live there during COVID. I spent all of my money there. I must have spent thousands on alcohol. What an idiot I was. I had fun though. Made memories. So this is the pond of Patriarch Ponds. I'm going to use this opportunity to try and tighten this and hopefully stop it from moving so much. So much shake I'm trying to fix for next time so I don't make the same mistakes. Of course, when I'm walking, it's just guaranteed to shake. But I don't want to... It's been shaking way too much here. I mean, first time, you know. Beginner's mistakes. But I decided I really wanted a live streaming setup where I'm not holding it in my hand. So to have this on my chest really makes things easier. So if I can get it so it's not shaking at all, that would be obviously incredible. So one of the good things about this area, it's a really great place for celebrity spotting and people watching. You meet all sorts of people here. You meet like the legitimately wealthy people who live here and work here. But then you also see so many people who come from other cities who come to visit Moscow, and they basically put on their best clothes and go for a walk around here. I mean, there's lots of stereotypes about this area, and stereotypes exist for a reason. This is another spot you always see people having photo shoots. A lot of people here will come visit from smaller cities. Just like buy one coffee, buy one drink, take photos, stick it on their Instagram. That sort of culture is not as bad here than it used to be, but 4 or 5 years ago, Russian culture was just like such an Instagram dominated thing, where it was almost at this point where if you do something and you don't put it on social media, it didn't really happen. I think that's changing a little bit now. Now that the dominant media is sort of TikTok-y videos rather than Instagram. So you can tell the weather's getting good because this is super busy here. You come here in -10, -15 in January or February, and it's dead. Things definitely changing. I'm not complaining about this area. I really like it. I come here myself. But there are stereotypes about the area which are true for a reason. It's super windy here right now. Oh, if anyone's wondering, this street is called Malaya Bronne. And it's basically the street you find the most show-offs in the whole of Moscow. But there are pros and cons with that, of course. See a Tesla. There's not so many Teslas in Moscow, but they do exist. So now we're heading up to Mayakovskaya Square, Mayakovskaya Metro, which is where I'm going to jump on the metro and head home. Very beautiful day in Moscow. Thank you to everyone watching this stream. I really appreciate it. Thank you for spending your time with me. Hopefully I get to show you a side of Moscow you don't know. So you know the streets are getting busy because it's nearing rush hour, which apparently is the time I most like to go for a walk. I always seem to be complaining about car noise. So a bit of exclusive news for anyone watching the live stream. I actually filmed today on Arbat before I started this video. I finished my first ever YouTube video in Russian, which is a big step for me. It's only a short one, but I always read the comments on my videos, people saying, when are we going to hear you speak Russian? When are you going to do Russian? So I succumbed to the peer pressure, and not the next video you see, the one after that is going to be all in Russian. I'm obviously going to subtitle it in English. I mean, my viewers are English speaking, but I don't know, something for the percentage of you who are Russians. So this building on the left here, this big yellow one, it's I haven't been in for a very long time, but it used to have an amazing bar. I mean, the bar wasn't amazing, but the view was. A lot of people who first came to Moscow, they would go up there to have drinks for a view over the city. It was always sort of recommended in tourist guides, and it was definitely worth it. So based on my experience of this stream today, which is like my fourth stream outside, I seem to have fixed most of the internet connection issues, which is nice. But my new setup with the phone on my chest is a lot shakier. So that's going to be my next challenge. I think I'll probably stream again tomorrow. I really enjoyed doing it yesterday and today. I go walking every day, so I think I'm going to try and do it daily as much as I can. If I've got nothing on, well, I'm just going for a walk, you know? Why not bring you guys with me? Hi Anna, nice to see you again. Thank you for the lovely messages. Yeah, you'll hear me speak Russian in my British accent. And I decided to do it, you know, sort of honestly. So I thought about what topics I wanted to mention, topics I wanted to talk about, and I just spoke about them while walking down Arbat. And I hope you'll enjoy it. I don't expect many people to watch it, of course. It's going to be, because it's in Russian and all my viewers are English speakers, but some of you have been asking for it for a very long time, and I'm talking years. Wow, it's so windy. So I'm going to end this stream super soon. I'm about to get on the metro here. I have things to do. But I'm really thankful for everyone who came to watch. I'm not leaving yet though. Yeah, I see in the comments someone wrote that it's 5 o'clock and it's time to drink tea. You are right, but for me it's going to be a coffee. I am a coffee addict. Right, let me sit down here, I think. So we're right next to the metro station. You can see people setting up to play live music here. One of the great things about Moscow in the summer, actually about the whole of Europe in the summer, people playing concerts outside, musicians, it's really great. The problem in Moscow is though they all have the same like 10 songs. So I'm going to move you all to a stand for a few minutes. So I'm going to take you off my chest. I need to get something off my chest. You could say. Take my phone. I'll leave it like this. So So here you can see my the stand I've been filming everything on, and it's like, it's fine, but it shakes a little bit here. I need to work out how to tighten it a little bit. I've been tightening it here, and I've been tightening it here and tightening it here, but it's a new thing for me. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this live stream, and thank you everyone who came yesterday as well. I disconnected yesterday because of a technical problem. So the person in here who says they thought YouTube was blocked in Russia, it is. Everyone uses a VPN, and I'm, to like avoid any problems with VPNs, I'm currently streaming this through a third-party platform, so I don't have to have a VPN, because that obviously slows the internet down. So yeah, so now you understand. Thank you very much for coming to watch the live stream today. I really appreciate it. There's another one coming tomorrow probably. If you're new here, please subscribe. My YouTube analytics says that something like 90% of my viewers don't subscribe. Please subscribe. That's really great. I'll be really grateful. If you want to do more than subscribe, I've recently set up a paid membership on my channel. It's not really in full swing yet, but I've started uploading already some exclusive content that's just for members. If you would like to watch that, please subscribe. That would be, it's very, very cheap. I think it's like $4 or $5 a month. It would be amazing. I'd really appreciate that, especially given the fact that content about Russia has such low ad revenue. I've also set up a buy me a coffee page based on a recommendation from one of you guys in a previous stream. So if you'd like to just donate one time, not like a recurring thing like membership, you can do that. And then for the Russians who can't use our YouTube membership, so they can't use websites that require Western bank cards, I had an email a few days ago about someone recommending I set up a Boosty account where I can put the exclusive content and early access, and I'm going to be doing that this week. I'm setting up a Boosty account, so any Russians who want to support the channel, they can do that too, and that'll be priced, everything will be priced there in Russian rubles. So thank you everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, yeah, everything I said, subscribe, buy a membership, please. Watch the ads. Sign up on Boosty when it comes. It's going to come next week, I think. Maybe today. I have time this evening. I'll set it up. And you'll get all the exclusive content. You'll get early access like everyone on YouTube does. And that'll be for the Russians who appreciate my content. So, thanks everyone. That's an hour and a half of a walk. See you all tomorrow. I think there'll be a live video tomorrow, and also if my editing gets done quick enough, there'll be an actual video on the channel tomorrow too. So I appreciate you all. Bye. Thank you all.